tested?
这是什么？
In the lecture, is this said this one get tested? No? Okay.
刚才我为了下掉那个，后来我又打开，他在曾经给我把它关。
Okay, let me quickly go through this one.
是不是有那个 record 在那个旁边？
对，看到。
Yeah, let's look at question 1 first.
那等一下你要把，那你这个已
So
经。
one more paper.
这个刚才那个没有录下。
这个是刚才那个什么？那个可多少
This
写
one.
自己就是你的。
已经放完了。
是不是？我其实是把你安灭掉。我的不可以给你看，因为我是。
iPhone。
Okay, so this is
你放在 YouTube
2017 to 2018 semester
有
2.
些给别人的。
我先给你，全部的是给我，真的。
这个不想看。
那个要给我全部他的名字，我就放在 YouTube。应该摆。
So I may go a little faster, okay? So I'll talk about the actual answer. So just this question. So programmer wish to load the following values into the stated unprotected 3 registers in the most straightforward manner. So if you load this number, you want your R1 to get this number. How to do that?
Move.
Move?
No, cannot.
Oh.
Is this correct?
那个不可以。
Move white.
那个
Move
word。用 word。
This number might be too big. Okay? So in the first tutorial 1 or 2, we mentioned about that. The immediate value, there's a range. Okay, there's a range.
MOVW 在 W。
哦，还大。
MOVW。
Do above 16. Okay, white.
544。
Okay, so either you do move W.
Or you do sudo instruction.
Okay, or you do like put this number into the memory first and then do a load. Right? How to define a constant in the assembly?
Dot word.
Okay, remember the first level, A, B, C, D. How to define? A, comma, dot, word, 100. Right? This is the way you define a constant. Right? If you want a hexadecimal, 0x there. Okay, so this will be the hexadecimal. If you don't write 0x, it will be decimal. Okay? You can also put the negative 100, no problem. Okay? So sign number, no problem. So this is a way to define a constant. Then if you want to get the value, you can do LDR, R1, A. Right? Then how to get the address of A? You have the equal sign here. You get the address of A. Okay? So this you can use this one to do the second one. If you want to get this big number into R2, you cannot do move because this is too big. Can you see this is already 32 bit?
Yeah.
Right? It's hexadecimal, so each of them is using 4 bits to represent. So have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's already 32 bit. Okay? So you must use this method. Okay, so basically you need to write just a short assembly one. And okay, this is a question actually. Okay, when the correct microcontroller software interface standard (CF) SIS is used, the address of the peripheral registers system on chip do not need to be explicitly stated in C. Describe the mechanism by which the relevant peripheral all registers are updated or read. Okay, so when you do something, okay, when you do something in C program, let's say sometimes you do FIO 1, set or something. This is the register for GPIO, right?
Yeah.
When you set the certain value.
Set clear enable.
Right? And you also have FIO X clear. Remember the usage of these registers?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show the tutorial. 4, is it? Here, this one. Right? This one, you have this register, this register, this register, this register, this register. When you want to output 1 or output 0 from GPIO pin, or when you want to read the data from a certain pin, if that pin is an input, right? You use these registers. What is FIO-DIR?
Direction.
It's setting the direction, right? So if I do FIO 0 DIR, I'm talking about port 0, right? Port 0. And if I write 1 here, means I try to set P0.7, port 0 pin 7 as output. Right? If I write 0 here, I try to set that pin as input, which is the default value. If you don't write anything, it's the input. Right? To remember which one is the default, just remember when we in the lab, I said when you're SW3 and SW4, you write some code inside the init GPIO, but I say if you don't write, it's still working. Right? Because by default, it's GPIO. By default, it's input. Okay? And then you have FIO set. So when you write 1 to corresponding place, you set the pin. Which means if the pin is output, you are outputting 1 from this particular pin. Right? If you write 0, there's no effect. Okay? There's no effect if you write 0 to the set register. But if you want to output 0, you need to write 1 in the clear register. So we have 2 different registers to control whether you want to output 1 or 0. So separate registers. Okay? And you also have pin register. If you want to just directly tell the pin, okay, you should output 1 or output 0, you can use this pin register. So if the pin is output, if you write 1 here, it will output 1. If you write 0 here, it will output 0. Okay? So it will be a direct effect to output whatever bit you put here. But actually, it's actually set these 2 registers for you. Okay? When you write something here, it's still writing the set of clear register, but it's done automatically. Okay? But if the pin is an input, you are no longer write to it. You are not, okay, you are only write the bit to it when the pin is an output. Okay? So if the pin is an input, you are sensing the pin. Okay? So you basically read instead of write. Okay, you read, you want to figure out what is this one. It's telling you what is inputting to your processor. Okay? And you also have mask that you can disable the effect. Okay, let's say you don't want this pin to be modified. You put 1 here, so it mask off. After this one, you do anything for this particular pin using all the rest of the registers, there's no effect for that pin. Okay, so, okay, go back to the question. The question is asking you, okay, if you want to do something like this, actually each register has an address. Each register has an address. Okay, so if you want to put one here, if you are writing assembly program, you need to get this address and then put the value into that location. But how come in C you don't care about this address? Yes, because someone has defined for you already in the library. And it's already created a pointer for you. Right? So someone already like define a name, let's say FIO0DIR, and link this name to this address already. So in the C program, you don't need to take care of the address anymore. So you just put the value by using this name. Okay, so that's the idea here. So, okay, something like this as well. Right? How come you can use this?
The structure has been defined.
Okay, because there's already a structure defined for you already. This one. This is already defined. Remember in the lab, I said this is defined. And then you can actually right-click, open declaration, and the C words element inside. You actually have port number, pin number, function number, open string, pin mode. They are all elements belong to this structure. Okay, and then now you just use this one directly. Okay, you define a new name for this particular variable. You just give the value for each element. Okay. So that is question. Okay, so question C. If assembly, designer wish to enable PXD1, RXD1, RTX1, CTS1 functions which are related to your UART in this. So with the aid of the information in table 1, okay, basically this table is given. Okay, so in the question said I want to enable this, enable this, enable this, right? PXD1, RXD1, RTS, CTS, okay, RTS1, CTS1. You want to enable this form. How to do that? Pin configuration, right? Pin configuration. Okay, pin configuration. So the way to do this is, okay, nicely this one is given as well. Right? So you just copy over. You need to set, okay, to get this one, this one, this one, this one, to get these four functions, you need to set this pin, this pin, this pin, this pin to the correct mode, or to the correct function number.
Yep.
Right? What is this number? 10. What is this in decimal? 2. Okay? So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So each pin can actually get 4 different functions. Okay? So how to do that in the lab? Right? You have this definition, right? And then so basically you are setting 2.0, 2.1, 2.7.
Yeah.
Is this one? Yes. So T 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.7 to function number 2. Okay? So you need this one line and then port number 0. Sorry, port number 2. Right? Port number 2. Pin number, let's say you are doing this one, pin number 0. Function number 2. Open string, okay, you can ignore this 2. You can you just don't need this 2 and then call this one, right? Then how to do this one? You just need to change pin number. Okay? So just write one more line, PIN CFG. G dot pin none equal to 1. Function number still 2. Okay, port number still 2. And then call the function one more time. And EINCFD. Okay, then repeat this one more time. For this one more time. For this one. Okay? Then question 2. A character 0x70. Any questions? Okay, the question 2. A character 0x70 is transmitted through UR. Sketch the waveform that appears at RXD terminal of the receiver. Assuming that the word length is 7, the baud rate is 15200, no parity, and 2 stop bit are used. Indicate the start, stop, and the data bits as well as the moment at which the receiver samples the incoming data. Indicate clearly the voltage level of the line before and after the character is received. Also explain how UART is able to recover the timing information from the received data without the need of external clock. How to draw first? How many channels do you have for UART transmission? For communication, you actually have 2. Okay, let's say this guy. This guy and this guy, they are talking to each other using UART. You actually have one sending, one receiving. Right? So for the device 1, here will be TX, the transmitting pin. This one will be the receiving pin. For this guy, here will be the receiving pin, here will be the transmitting pin. Right? You have this. Okay, let's say you have device 1, device 2. Right? And now let's say this guy is sending 0x70. So what will you get if you sense here? Right? So you can draw the signal on this channel. Before the transmission, what's the voltage of the what's the signal on the channel?
Low.
High or low? You don't have 2 choices, right?
Low opposite from microcontroller. Either.
UART.
Opposite axis.
If no one is sending, no one is okay, there's no data on the channel, what do you get? You get high. Then what's the start?
8 consecutive low. Start is low.
Okay, your start is low. And this is different. Okay, so here looks similar with UR. Okay? So the ideal case here, this part is the same. For both I2C and UR, if no one is talking, the channel is 1. Okay? And you need to purposely pull down the channel. Okay? When there's a transmission. So the start, okay, is low to indicate there's a start. But for UR, you don't have a clock. Right? You don't have a clock. So you only have this one single channel. Okay? Then after start, you should send the data already, right? You should send the data. Send the data. The data is 0x70. Then what will be the signal? Which one gets sent first? LSB gets sent first. Okay, so this one is opposite with I2C. I2C start from MSB. Okay, UR start from bit. So here is sent from 0, okay? So I have 7 0 in hexadecimal, so in binary is 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 0, right? But check the question here, okay? Your word length is 7. Your word length is 7, which means you actually don't have this 0. Okay, you only have these 7 bits. Okay, and then here is LSB, here is MSB. Okay, so you will send from here, so you send 0 0 0 0 1 1 1. Okay, so after start you have 0 0 0 0, then 1 1 1, then the data finish. What's next? No parity. Okay, then no parity. Then full stop. What is stop? What is stop for UART? High. Okay, so you have 1 stop, full stop. Then after that, no one is using the channel. Okay, so you remain as high. So this is the waveform on the channel. But you have one more question here. You need to explain how UART is able to recover the timing information from the receiver data without need of external clock. You don't have external clock, right? You don't have SCL. So how come your receiver know, okay, data is coming?
Because they're the same baud rate. The same baud rate. Receiver and transmitter is same baud rate. Same baud rate.
So when the sender is sending these bits, right? So my question here is, how long is this one? How long is, okay, they are equal actually, right?
Yeah.
Equal amount of time. How long is this one?
16 times the clock cycle.
This is actually your communication speed, right? How fast your data is sending. So that's the baud rate. Right? That's the baud rate. In the lab you use UART. What is the baud rate? 115200. What does it mean? It means every 1 second there are 115200 baud, or in this case bits, are sent in the channel, to the channel. Right? So every 1 second you send out 115200 bits. So for 1 bit, how long? 1 divided by 115200, your baud rate. This is the duration for each bit. Okay, so this is the speed for the sender. This is how fast sender sends the bit. Then similarly for your receiver, it's also sensing with the same speed. That's why your 2xb, you both need to set to 115200. Right? So when receiver is sensing, at the beginning, okay, if no one is using the channel, then what will happen? It will sense quite fast. Okay? So basically it will sense, okay, so this is a moment when you sense the channel. Okay? So it actually sense pretty fast. How fast?
16 times.
16 times faster than the baud rate. So your baud rate, if the baud rate is 115200, it times 16. This is how fast the receiver is sensing. Okay? So basically it was sensing this fast until, because if no one is using channel, all this sensing, it will get 1 all the time. Okay? But suddenly you will realize the data is coming when he sees 0.
A consecutive 0.
Once he sees 0, what will happen? Once he sees 0,
Wait, 8 times.
so once he sees 0, it must be somewhere here, right?
Neither.
So he will reduce the speed of sensing back to the baud rate. No longer 16 times, 1 time now. Okay, so the baud rate. So it will decrease the speed. That's why As I said, this sense must be within this moment, because only at this moment you get 0. Right? So then you reduce the speed. Can you see that? The next sensing is definitely within the next beat. Because the distance here, okay, delta t equals to this one. Because both parties are using the same speed. Right? So this guarantees that every time he is sensing the new beat. Okay? He is not like reading the same beat repeatedly. It won't happen. It won't happen. Okay? So he will sense S, then 0, 0, 0, 0, then 1, 1, 1. Then also he will know there are 7 beats. Okay? So basically this agreement, this one, the word length also known by both sides, by both parties, receiver and transmitter. So transmitter is sensing, okay, so he knows that he needs to count for 7. So he will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, okay, these are all data. Then next one will be P. Next one will be P. And you also know, receiver also know there are 2 stop P. Okay? Then he know after that, no more data. Right? Then you will go back to the faster speed. Okay? So this is how, without the clock, both sides can still get synchronized together. Okay? You don't want to like asynchronize means, okay, when I like one person is sending, the other one is not listening. It's not good, right? You will cause like data loss. For example, if I'm talking to you but you are not hearing, you are not listening, so whatever I talk is not captured. Right? So this is the mechanism that guarantees that both parties knows and synchronize together. Okay? So this is something you should know under UR chapter. And again, this one, similar as the one we discussed. Okay, use a proper diagram, detail the sequence of the action performed by the master and the slave. When master is sending 1 byte, followed by receiving 2 bytes. You need not include details of the registers involved. So basically, you will draw the stack picture, slave address, something like that. Okay. So let's do this one more time. Okay. So when your master wants to send 1 byte, followed by receiving 2 bytes. How to do that? How to send 1 byte? Okay, this one we have done just now, right? Send 1 byte means your master is writing. Right? Send. So you have S, you have slave address, writing is 0. Okay, you have 1 byte. Okay, sent by the master. And then you have acknowledged by the slave. Then you have P. Right? Then how to read? Receiving 2 bytes means read 2 bytes. Right? So you have start. Okay? Or here, okay, later I will explain this. So you have start. Then again, you have slave address. You have 1 is that, right? And then you have acknowledge. Okay, here I forgot the acknowledge. So acknowledge by the slave. Then your slave will send byte 1. What should be response by the master? Positive or negative?
Positive. 2 bytes.
Positive, because you are receiving 2 bytes. Okay, only 1 byte is received. You want to say keep sending. Okay, it's positive acknowledge. Then your slave will send 1 more byte by 2. Then this is the moment you send negative acknowledge. Then stop. Okay, but if you want to combine these two together, okay, remember in the tutorial we discussed, what will happen here is once you send, if you send stop, the channels are actually released. So someone else can now start to use the channel.
Another master can take over.
right? Because you can have multiple masters within the system, right? Then this is another characteristic for I2C, right? So if you want to, so maybe this one, that's why this one maybe get delayed. Because someone in between, okay, someone else is using the channel, then your second transaction is delayed. But that's it, if you don't want to delay, what you will do is, instead of P, you can send a repeat start. Right? Repeat start. Okay, so this is for I2C. Okay, so let's look at the part C. In the ARM connector tree based SoC, only 4 bit. Okay, out of maximum 8 are implemented in the interrupt priority register. Okay, you see how similar the question is compared to the previous paper, right? So which are the priority groups effectively not supported on the SoC? You may refer to the table 2C for the allocation of these in preamp and sub-priority. Also briefly explain the consideration in the selection. Okay, so this one is given. This is priority group, right?
Yep.
And now you know that within this 8-bit, okay, you are using 4. Okay, so based on the question here, you are only using 4 bits. Okay, you are only using 4 bits. Yeah. So this 4, okay, you can imagine this part, okay, you are not using them. Okay, so 4 bits, here you use them for pre and sub. Then the question is asking you, which are the priority groups effectively not supported on the SoC? Which means within this table, among these groups, which of them are not supported if you want to use only 4 bits?
Oh.
You can analyze, okay, slowly, one by one. Let's say if you are priority 0. Okay, you are using priority 0. What will happen?
All preamp, no sub.